I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Joining me now is attorney Mike Gottlieb. Mike, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Brittany.
You have had a really busy couple of weeks, so let's break it down. You represent Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman, the two former Georgia election workers who sued Rudy Giuliani for defamation. A jury ruled he now must pay them $148 million, and in the latest development on Thursday, Rudy Giuliani filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. What is your reaction to that latest development?
Yeah, it's been a busy week. The bankruptcy filing yesterday was not a surprise. It was, I think we were both anticipating that would happen and planning for it for some time now. I think there's some information that Mr. Giuliani included in his bankruptcy petition that is interesting new information to us. But the fact that he is filing for Chapter 11 protection is something that we were expecting for some time and planning for, in the sense of making sure that the judgment that we obtained for our clients would be a judgment where the debt would not be dischargeable. In other words, a debt that can't just be wiped out by the filing of a bankruptcy claim.
Can you talk about or give some details about what information was interesting and new to both you and your clients?
Well, I think anytime someone files for Chapter 11 protection, they need to list out, their assets and liabilities. And in their liabilities, you typically need to be pretty specific about who you owe money to, your secured and unsecured creditors. And so I think, for those who are following our litigation, we had been asking for quite some time for information on Mr. Giuliani's net worth and his assets as relevant to the issues in our case, the discovery in our case. We wanted to know, for example, what agreements or deals that he had with various networks for his radio show. We wanted to know the reach of his radio show in order to be able to sort of trace how far the defamation about our clients had spread. We never got that information. He refused to produce it. It's part of why the court sanctioned him and issued a default judgment. So some of the information in there is new to us in the sense of just understanding, taxes that he owes that he hasn't paid, obligations that he has to the government, and then sort of a list of all the other lawsuits that have been filed against him where there are potential claims.
I know you said you're not surprised by this news, and just a few weeks ago, Rudy Giuliani's lawyers said that a high payout is the, quote, civil equivalent of the death penalty. When you hear that, paired with the bankruptcy filing, what is your assessment there?
I mean, I think that's obviously what his lawyer was trying to foreshadow. Was without saying it, because saying it would be improper. Without saying that directly in court, he was effectively saying, if you give a large damages award here, it will bankrupt him. That's sort of what I mean when I said it's not surprising to us that he filed for bankruptcy. I don't think we thought that Mr. Giuliani had $148 million sitting around in a bank account, or had $148 million worth of assets sitting around. So it wasn't surprising to us when the judgment came out that he might seek bankruptcy protection.
Will your clients ever see the $148 million or even a fraction of it?
They're definitely going to see a fraction of it. I mean, we are, like I said, we've been preparing for this. We have pursued a judgment that is not dischargeable, which means our clients will still be able to collect on that judgment, and it won't be able to just be wiped out in a bankruptcy proceeding. And Mr. Giuliani reported having assets in his filing, and I think he even went on a radio program, or maybe it was his show yesterday or the day before, saying he's actually he's not insolvent, but for this judgment, and he's sort of said he has significant assets, but this judgment exceeds the assets that he has. So I do think our clients are going to see money, but I think to just take a step back for a moment, there's something far more important about the judgment, and it is that the judgment is vindication for our clients, and it also sends a message to, I think, to others out there, particularly in our sort of current political and media climate. It sends a message that if you go out and take advantage, if you're somebody with a large platform, a large audience, somebody like Mr. Giuliani has been, and you go out and you target to sort of ordinary Americans, civil servants, and defame them and make them the face of fraud or crime in order to win an election or score political points or do whatever in order to make yourself more famous, there is a real cost to that. And I think that message is part of the importance of the verdict. And I also think that for our clients, sending the vindication that they have significant worth, that their reputations have value, even though their income bracket was not, the upper income bracket when they started all of this litigation. I think that's an important message to be sent. It's an important victory for both our clients and for the rule of law generally.